Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this AI free 3-month online training. This training is for all dedicated learners who want to advance their learning from basic to advanced level. Though this class is meant for internship students. But if you are much interested, you can join this class. Then in the comment section, you can let me know which area you need more explanation. Then I will do video on that. Today's lecture, we all know that today is our first lecture, so we'll be looking at the meaning of artificial intelligence, application area, how to set up Python for AI project, Python basics. We will also be looking at NumPy and Pandas. Then after everything, we are going to choose from the below assignment. You will do the assignment, then you submit it as a seminar presentation. You send it to our assignment portal. We all know that we are using video for our assignment because I've already told us that all my trainers, all my learners are trainers. We want to build on this. We want everybody to be able to start a freelancing job or a YouTuber. So that's our aim and objective of this learning. So at the end of the day, you'll be able to have a side hustle yourself and get employed by a recognized institution or office. So let's start the lecture by knowing the meaning of artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence? Let's look at it from a layman definition. To me, from the meaning I'm seeing here, I can say artificial is something that is made by someone. It is not directly from God. That is artificial. Then intelligence. Be looking at how we think, reasoning, and make decisions. So some group of people, from the idea of intelligence from human, they brought an idea of artificial intelligence, whereby computer can think by themselves. They can reason by themselves. They can recognize things by themselves. And they can make decisions by themselves. So this is the basic meaning of artificial intelligence. So let me define it for us. AI means artificial intelligence, which is the field of computer science that focuses on creating systems that can perform tasks that typically required human intelligence. Now I explain this. They create system to perform tasks, but it cannot do it alone without the ability of human. It's human being that use data. They input data for prediction so that system can reason when anybody send for that data. The tasks we are talking about here include problem solving. AI is capable of solving problems. Learning, they can learn. Then they can make decisions and understand natural language. If we speak Yoruba to AI, AI will be able to digest it, be able to reason according to the data field to it. AI is very intelligent to understand picture of human. We will get into that when we proceed. So let's move on to the application area where AI is being used. AI is used in many fields today. We can find AI in healthcare. Under AI, under healthcare, we use it to diagnose disease. We use it to predict patients' outcomes and automating administrative tasks. We use AI for finance. That's finance department. We use it to detect fraud, and we also use it for risk management. We also use AI in education line. Example, that's chatbots. We also use it for adaptive learning to help personalize education for students. We also use AI for transportation, for self-driving car and traffic management system. We also use it for navigation and safety under transportation. We use AI for customer service also. That is where we find AI chatbots handling customer inquiry efficiently. We also use it under entertainment for music recommendation, movies recommendation, and game based on user preference. So, if you are studying AI, using AI will be more efficient for you, even when you are not even using it in any organization. You can use it to benefit yourself. You can use it in education to learn. We all know what we mean by ChatGPT, to get answers, for directions, for love, quotes, for everything, for write-ups, for research. So if you learn AI, if you learn how to create AI yourself, you will love it. So let's move on to the important library to install. On this note, I will encourage us to use Anaconda. That is, under Anaconda will be downloading Jupyter Notebook. How do we do that? We need to set up a Python environment using these three popular tools. The first one is installing Anaconda. What we mean by Anaconda? Anaconda is a distribution of Python that includes essential libraries for data science and artificial intelligence. Sorry. How do we download this Anaconda? You can use these below links. I want you to go and try it out. Use this below link to download and install Anaconda. It is very easy. Just write out these links on your browser, run it, then follow the step-by-step instruction on the screen to download it. Then after you open it, then you launch Jupyter Notebook. Then you start coding. That is the first tools that we need to work with. How do we use Jupyter Notebook? Before I tell you the way we use it, what is Jupyter? What is Jupyter Notebook? Jupyter Notebook is an interactive coding environment. That is where we code. And it is commonly used for AI and machine learning. We can write code for AI and we can write code for machine learning using Jupyter Notebook. It allows you to write and execute Python code in cells. I believe you know what is the meaning of cells, but if you don't know, you wait for my basic computer training where we'll be discussing cell in Excel. So we run code in cells. You can install additional libraries also using this command: pip install NumPy and Pandas. We'll be needing Pandas later. NumPy is for numbers and the other one is for quality things. Then alternatively, if you don't want to use Jupyter Notebook, you can use what we call Google Colab. Google Colab is a cloud-based, it's not offline, it's a cloud-based platform that allows you to run Python code without installing any on your computer. This one, you need your network to be connected to the system before you can run it. If it is a Google Colab that you want to be using, maybe you have enough of data to be using every time, or know that your system doesn't have enough of space, you can be testing your code using Google Colab. But I would prefer you to be using Jupyter Notebook because it is a free version. So if you are using Google Colab, you visit this website and start running, sign up, sign in with your Google account. Then you can create a new code immediately. So having said that, we move to the next topic, which is Python basic for AI. Under here, we'll be talking about variables, data types, loops, and function. You should have been working on this or learning this under Python basic. But for the purpose of beginners, I will try to run through this, tell us the meaning, as we are all seeing the codes on the system, how to write Python codes, how to write Python loops and function. So what we are going to do now is to know the meaning of each words on the screen. Python basic for AI is used to build AI application. So you need to understand this basic concept. Variables and data types. That is the first thing we are looking at. Variables store data values, and Python has different data types. What is variables? Variables in coding is used in storing data. Let me use a real life scenario to explain this. It's just like when you buy a bag new, then you are storing your books, your clothes, your this thing inside that bag. So that bag, you can call it a variable. That is, it's helping you to keep some things inside it. That is helping you to hold some things. That is variables. Variable, we use it. It is just like a folder too on a system where we keep our important things or related files. So variable in coding, we use it to keep related data. So that is why we need to know what we mean by data types. Data types such as integers, floats, strings, and boolean are stored in our variable. What are data types? As the name implies, they are the types of data. We have different data in this life. Though we know it, but we may not concentrate on that. We have numbers, we have letters, and we have strings. So if you are learning coding, they now categorize these things under data types. So if you are working on numbers, you want to store something inside a data type, inside a variable, then you have to make sure that that particular data are related to one data type. We have variables of numbers like this. Let me start from the first one. Variables, this one, they are strings. Anything that is quoted, first quote and second quote, you open the quote and you close the quote. It is known as strings. Anything that you put inside the quote will be treated as strings. So this particular string, AI learning, it is stored inside this variable. So this variable now can be regarded as our folder, and this AI learning now, the string, can be referred as the file that we store inside our folder. Then the second one here is age. We name it as age. We name it as, I remember something, but I would like to touch it later. We save 25 inside this data variable. This variable, we save it as 25. So this 25 now is a number. We regard this as integer. And then the other one that is underscore smart, we save a value called true. Anything like true, false, it's a boolean. We use it in coding too. So this boolean is stored inside a variable called isMart. So what I remember that time is that we can name our variable anything, but not number. Number must not start it like this. No, it's not allowed. And you cannot start it with point. It's not allowed. We cannot give a space. It's not allowed. So you can check for more variable rules, how to declare our variables in Python. In Python, we don't call the variable name before we write the variables. But in some other programming, if you want to declare this as variable, you have to write var to declare it as variable, or you call it int to declare it as integer, or you call it as string in some programming language. But Python is so easy that you don't need to call it before you write the name of the variable. In Python, you just write the name of the variable, write the values, then the Python will know the kind of value you are entering inside our variables. So I believe you understand this, but if you don't understand, you can drop your comments, then I will explain more better. Let's move on to Python loops. What is a loop? A loop helps in executing repetitive tasks. That is, the tasks you want to be repeating. Like I want to repeat my name is Rahim, my name is Rahim 10 times. I will use a loop. I don't know whether you have seen an application like that when you enter something, it will keep on repeating. What is doing it for us is Python loops. Python loops, it helps us to what? To execute repetitive tasks. Just like this code now. This is the syntax of writing a loop. You will find a keyword for. Then this I can be anything. It is a data type. It is a variable. So you can call it anything. You can call it for power, for name, for anything. Then how do you want to loop it? In how many ways? In how many times you want to loop it? That is what comes with this in range. In range, in how many range? Then you put 5. So when you run this code, this print, it's making it to what? Show on the screen. That means you are repeating this AI is powerful 5 times. So if I change this thing to 10, it will repeat AI is powerful. AI is powerful 10 times. Sorry for the inconveniences. So that is how loops work. You can test this code. Run it after you install your Jupyter. Run it and see, or you run it in your Python. Then we have another thing here, Python function. I'm rushing this because I believe that you might have gone through this level as an intern student. But why I'm still explaining this is for those people that join this program newly, basic people, beginners. So let's move on to function. What is function? Functions are used to organize code into a reusable blocks. What do we mean by this? When you write one function, you can reuse it many times in your program. That is what it means. You can write a function like this, hello. That means we want to be printing, maybe subsequent time we want to be printing AI student. Maybe after I write a long code and I want a code to print AI student, instead of me to be writing a variable this printing one AI student always, I will declare it as function. So whenever I want to use that function, I will just call it. If you notice, we declare a function using def. When you want to declare a function, we use def. Then the function name is the greeting. Then we pass a value